Let's bring this Vekee James design to life. In this tutorial, I'll show you the quick and essential steps to sew this perfect gown with inseam finishing from the beginning to the end. Hello soulmates, I am Folashade and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, we drafted the pattern for this style. Now, let's cut and sew. I used 4 trouser lengths of Mikado fabric to recreate this style. After ironing the fabric, go ahead to place your pattern on it. Pin the pattern in place and add your seam allowance. If you haven't watched the drafting video yet, make sure to do so before continuing this video. After adding the seam allowance, cut out the fabric and don't forget to add seam allowance to the back as well. After cutting out the back pattern, mark out the darts on the fabric. Now let's draft the sleeves. Fold your fabric, either you fold it into 2 or into 4 so as to cut both sleeves together. Measure your cap height and connect the curve. The sleeve is wide at the bottom, so I measure 10 inches on fold. After marking out your sleeve measurements, cut it out and you have your sleeves ready. Join the pieces of the front and the dart together. These are the pieces of the fabric, the back, the front and the sleeves. After cutting the main bodies from the fabric, I just use the remaining fabric to cut the ruffles. So I cut the ruffles by 10 inches, then with the length of the remaining fabric that is remaining. Because the ruffles is a lot. Attach the zipper to the main dress by sewing the zipper allowance using a gathering stitch. Iron it flat and loosen it back. This is to ensure a straight line of where your zipper will pass through. But if you can attach your zipper without any problem, you can do that as well. This is just a guide for beginners. Now let's cut the lining for the fabric. Take the pattern paper and cut it into 2 at the waist. We are doing this so that we'll be able to cut the interfacing and the lining. I don't want the interfacing to reach the upper part. That's why I'm cutting it into 2. The interfacing helps divide the hips and prevents it from looking soft like this. For the upper bodies of the lining, I did a little dart manipulation here. I close my side dart to open my waist dart. So because I don't want to have my side dart on my lining. But for you, you can just cut the same thing and sew your side dart and waist dart on the lining. So this is the upper bodies of the lining after being cut. For the interfacing, I use coronal mesh for mine, but you can use any interfacing that gives structure to the hip. Yours doesn't have to be mesh. Use hemming gum to attach the mesh as shown. When fusing your interfacing, iron it from the right side for better and smoother results. If you iron from the wrong side, it will look like this and you won't like it. So the best is to iron from the right side so that it will be smoother. After ironing, sew the lower part to the upper part, then iron it open. Once you iron it open, add stay to it to keep it in place. Do the same for the front as well, and measure both the front and the back to be sure the measurements are still the same, because we are doing inseam finishing and one must be equal to the other. Since I want inseam finishing, I join the fabric separately and the lining separately, and I remeasure them as well to be sure the measurements are still the same. Don't forget to make the cover button. Now let's pleat the ruffles. It's best to gather the ruffles, not pleating. I didn't know, but I pleated mine before I realized that gathering would be better. And avoid weaving the edges. Since you are using inseam, there's no need to weave the edges. It affected the ruffles and it makes it to look like a pleat, or it didn't give me the effect that I expected. So I pleated mine at both edges to see how the ruffles will look, and the edge, as you can see in the video, is not straight. I just pleated it in to give that curve effect. I attached the hem ruffles to the lining. I feel it is better this way and it will be easier for me to turn with the main fabric, because the main fabric is lighter and soft and it will be easy to turn. To attach the neck ruffles to the main fabric. Now let's attach the lining and the main fabric together. To attach the lining and the main fabric, place the main fabric and the lining right side facing right side. Pin it in place to see how it will look. And first thing is to attach the neck first, then the down part will be the next thing. Once sewn round, you have an opening here. In the original style, there is an overlap here, but for me, I don't want an overlap. I want it closed. So once closed, this is how the inner part of the hem would look like. For the sleeves, attach the ruffles to the sleeve as well. Place the ruffles in between the lining and the main fabric and sew it to have a neat finishing. Iron the seams as shown. After ironing, attach the sleeves to the gown and you are done with the sewing of the gown. And here is the final look of the dress. The inside of the dress looks just as neat as the outside of the dress. Let me know if you have any question in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Like this video and share for others to see. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.